Are you tired of feeling like life is slipping through your fingers? Of letting opportunities pass you by, living on autopilot without a clear purpose? It's time to stop, look within, and focus on what truly matters. Stoicism teaches us to take control of our actions, stop living according to others' expectations, and focus on our own growth. Stop wasting your time on distractions and start building an authentic life filled with purpose and progress. In this video, you'll discover how a Stoic mindset can transform your life and help you regain control of your destiny. We'll explore 11 Stoic lessons and stop wasting time, allowing you to direct your energy toward what really matters. If this is your first time on the channel, I'd appreciate your support by subscribing and liking the video so I can keep creating more content like this in the future. Let's get started. Focus on yourself to reduce distractions. Focusing on yourself is the key to minimizing external distractions and taking control of your life. According to Stoicism, what you direct your attention to shapes your reality. If you constantly allow your mind to drift toward things you cannot control, you become a slave to circumstances and the opinions of others. The first step to achieving this is dedicating time to self-care. Amid the constant noise of daily life, finding a moment to reflect and nurture your mind is essential. You can start with simple practices such as meditation, journaling, or reading inspiring texts that help you improve. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, understood this well. Every morning he wrote in his journal, reflecting on his principles and preparing to face the day's challenges with wisdom and calm. This habit not only strengthens the mind, but also serves as a reminder of what truly matters. Additionally, working on personal growth involves identifying specific areas for improvement. This requires honesty and humility to recognize weaknesses, but also commitment to progress. Perhaps you need to develop more discipline, improve your relationships, or learn to manage your emotions better. Regardless of the area, the key is to take consistent action. The Stoics taught that we shouldn't expect drastic changes overnight, but should instead focus on small daily steps that bring us closer to our goals. Every minor improvement, no matter how small, is a victory over the distractions that once pulled you away from your purpose. When you focus on yourself, something extraordinary happens. Your mind frees itself from the influence of others. Criticism, judgments, and external expectations lose their grip because your attention is now on what you can control. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or becoming indifferent, but rather learning to filter what truly matters. Your decisions are no longer driven by the need for approval, but by what is right according to your values. This mental clarity enhances your ability to solve problems and act effectively in any situation. The resilience you develop by prioritizing personal growth is remarkable. You become someone who faces adversity with calm and determination. Problems that once seemed overwhelming are now seen as opportunities to learn and grow, an essential shift in perspective within Stoicism. Life won't always be easy, but you decide how to respond to each challenge. By focusing on self-improvement, you build a solid foundation that allows you to stay grounded even when your surroundings become chaotic. Ultimately, this process transforms not only your relationship with yourself but also with others. When you prioritize your personal growth, you become a better friend, partner, and leader. You inspire those around you to do the same, as they see in you an inner strength that doesn't rely on external factors. This is the essence of a Stoic life, living according to your principles, free from distractions, and serving as a beacon for those seeking clarity in a world full of confusion. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is the only way to be truly useful to the world. Only when you have control over your mind and life can you contribute authentically and meaningfully. By reducing distractions and dedicating your energy to what truly matters, you are building a life guided by reason, a life that is not only more resilient, but also more fulfilling and rewarding. Focusing on yourself is a necessity, not selfishness. In a world saturated with distractions, where social media and others' opinions constantly compete for our attention, focusing on yourself is not just important, it's necessary. We live in an era where comparisons have become the norm, and people measure their worth based on external standards. However, according to Stoicism, this way of living distances us from our true essence and purpose. To find clarity and live with meaning, we must redirect our attention inward, where the tools to face any challenge and achieve true peace reside. The problem lies in seeking external validation. When our identity and self-worth depend on others' opinions, we lose control of our lives. We become slaves to expectations and standards that we can never fully satisfy. Moreover, comparing ourselves to others puts us at a disadvantage. There will always be someone who appears more successful, happier, or further ahead, but that perception does not reflect reality. Every time we direct our energy toward measuring ourselves against others, we waste resources that could be focused on our own improvement. This pursuit of validation becomes a vicious cycle that drains our energy and keeps us stagnant. The solution begins with a shift in perspective. Instead of looking outward, Stoicism invites us to look inward. Epictetus taught that we should not worry about what is beyond our control. Our only task is to improve what is within our power, our thoughts, actions, and character. Recognizing that every person has unique talents and purposes is essential in this process. No one else has the same circumstances, abilities, or challenges as you. Therefore, comparing yourself to others is a waste of time. Focusing on your personal development means identifying your strengths and working on your weaknesses, with the confidence that you are building something valuable and authentic. When you focus on yourself, something extraordinary happens. Your true potential is unlocked. All the time and energy that were once wasted on external distractions are now channeled into your growth. You discover abilities you may not have known you had and start using them to move forward. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency, it becomes evident. By prioritizing your development, you find authentic fulfillment, a sense of wholeness that doesn't depend on material achievements or others' approval. True happiness, according to the Stoics, comes from living in harmony with your values and acting in accordance with them. This approach not only improves your relationship with yourself but also with the world around you. When you become a more conscious and centered person, your positive influence extends to others. You inspire not with words but with actions. Your inner peace reflects in your interactions and your results speak to your genuine commitment to yourself. Additionally, by letting go of comparisons, you free yourself from the constant pressure to compete. Instead, you begin to celebrate others' progress without it diminishing your own value. Someone who focuses on themselves, not out of selfishness, but out of self-awareness, becomes a source of stability in an uncertain world. Focusing on yourself is not selfishness. It is a necessity for living fully. When you let go of the need for external validation and commit to personal growth, you become the true architect of your life. No matter how noisy the outside world is, you will always have the ability to find calm and direction within yourself. That is the power of Stoicism, a life guided by principles, not opinions. By prioritizing your development, you not only achieve personal fulfillment but also contribute to the world in a meaningful and authentic way. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Social media has transformed the way we perceive people's lives. Through screens, we only see the highlights, the brightest smiles, the most impressive achievements, the most heavenly vacations. However, this filtered and edited version of reality is nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion. What is not shown are the doubts and difficulties that everyone faces. When we fall into the trap of comparing our complete reality to this idealized version, we inevitably feel that we are falling behind, that we are not enough. Stoicism teaches us that this comparison is not only unfair, but also useless, as it diverts our attention from what really matters, our own progress. Comparing our life to the perfect moments of others generates insecurity and a constant feeling of inadequacy. This habit puts us in an endless cycle where it will always seem that others are more advanced, happier, or more successful. But this perception is based on a false premise. We do not know the inner struggles or sacrifices of others. We only see what they choose to show us. By obsessing over these comparisons, we not only distance ourselves from our true selves, but we also disconnect ourselves from our own goals and values. When we measure our worth by external standards, we leave ourselves vulnerable to doubt and dissatisfaction. The solution begins with a shift in perspective. Stoicism invites us to recognize that everyone faces hidden challenges, no matter how perfect their lives may appear on the outside. No one is exempt from hardship, for challenges are an inherent part of the human experience. By accepting this, we stop idealizing others and begin to see them as equals, with strengths and weaknesses similar to our own. In addition, it is essential to set our own standards based on what we truly value. Instead of measuring our success by others' standards, we should set our own goals and work toward them. This focus gives us clarity and purpose, and it removes us from external distractions. When we stop comparing ourselves, we experience profound liberation. We no longer carry the weight of social expectations and regain control over our lives. This new perspective allows us to focus on our personal progress, no matter how small or large. Each step forward becomes a source of satisfaction because it is aligned with our own goals, not someone else's. Freeing ourselves from social pressure also makes us more resilient to external criticism and judgment. We become less dependent on the approval of others because we understand that what really matters is our internal perception of progress and virtue. Comparisons rob us of peace because they disconnect us from the present. They distract us with what others have or do, instead of allowing us to value who we are and what we are building. When we focus on our personal growth and our goals, we begin to live more authentically and fulfilling lives. Stoicism reminds us that we do not control the actions or achievements of others, but we can control our reaction to them. Instead of feeling envious or inadequate, we can choose to be inspired or simply ignore that which does not contribute to our improvement. This shift in focus transforms not only our relationship with ourselves, but also with the world around us. When we focus on our own development, we stop competing with others and start collaborating. We realize that we are not in a race, but on an individual path. This understanding allows us to appreciate the achievements of others without diminishing our own. Living this way frees us from unnecessary burdens and allows us to move forward with greater ease and confidence. In the end, true success is not measured by comparing yourself to others, but by being true to yourself and moving forward toward your own goals. Let go of what no longer serves you. Throughout our lives, we have relationships, habits, and goals that at one point had a clear purpose. They helped us grow, overcome challenges, and find direction. However, there comes a point when they no longer fit the person we are becoming. Stoicism teaches us that holding on to what no longer serves us is not only futile, but it also blocks our progress. When we insist on holding on to what should be left behind, we carry unnecessary weight that prevents us from moving forward. Stoicism teaches us that holding on to what no longer serves us is not only futile, but it also blocks our progress. When we insist on holding on to what should be left behind, we carry unnecessary weight that prevents us from moving forward. The problem arises when, in letting go, whether out of fear, nostalgia, or the false belief that losing something means failure, we cling to relationships that no longer nourish us, habits that drain our energy, and goals that are no longer aligned with our values. This attachment keeps us stuck in a cycle of stagnation, investing time and effort in something that no longer adds value. In doing so, we close the doors to new opportunities and experiences that could transform our lives. Fear of change is one of the biggest obstacles. However, according to the Stoics, we should not fear what is beyond our control, but rather focus on how we respond to these changes. The solution lies in practicing conscious detachment. This does not mean impulsively abandoning everything, but rather honestly evaluating what is still valuable in our lives. Epictetus said that we must learn to let go, not with resentment, but with gratitude for what experiences have given us. By releasing what no longer serves us, we create space for the new. It is like weeding a garden. Removing what is withered allows new seeds to grow stronger. Trusting the process is essential. Letting go can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary for our evolution. The uncertainty that accompanies change is temporary, but the opportunities that open up are endless. When we finally let go of what no longer serves us, we experience a profound transformation. We feel lighter, with more energy and clarity to direct our efforts to what really matters. This space we create by letting go is filled with new experiences, relationships, and learning that are in tune with our current self. Letting go not only frees us from unnecessary burdens, but also prepares us to face life with greater flexibility and resilience. We learn to accept that change is a constant and that it often leads us down paths that previously seemed impossible. Stoicism shows us that life is a constant flow of changes and transitions. Nothing is permanent, and resisting this reality only causes us suffering. When we accept that some things must be left behind, we align ourselves with the natural course of life. This is not a loss, but rather a gain. We gain freedom, growth, and new opportunities. By practicing letting go, we not only move forward to new experiences, but we also learn to value the present more, without clinging to the past or worrying excessively about the future. Letting go of what no longer serves us is an act of courage and wisdom. It requires trust that by letting go, we are not left empty, but rather we are preparing ourselves to receive what we truly need. Detachment is not indifference, but the recognition that life has its cycles and that each ending is also a beginning. By embracing this mindset, we not only move forward with greater ease, but we also open ourselves to a life that is more authentic and aligned with who we truly are. Change is not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity for renewal and growth. I sincerely hope this message has been helpful. I want to congratulate you for making it this far and completing the video. This means that you want to improve as a person. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you don't know what to comment, write gratitude so I will know that you watched until the end. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Stoicism is full of teachings like this, which are applicable to our daily lives. Therefore, I encourage you to continue learning about this philosophy. Here are 2 videos full of Stoic wisdom so that you can continue learning. See you next time.